Hello, my name's Steve Carter. I'm working on my Dungeons and Dragons RPG, Red Book Rules 1980 game campaign project. The other day, when I transferred to a different 3-ring binder from the 1-inch to this 1.5-inch, I found this 3-ring binder. It's a QW 2013. QW refers to Querinworld. I created a Querinworld campaign for the BECMI expert back in 1984. So basically, this project is that I'm working on in this video series is a Querinworld campaign. Can be considered to be a Querinworld campaign. So in terms of QW, it can be capitalized like that. It could be like that. So 2013, like I said, this was back in 1984 when I created the original campaign. So it can be, the 2013 could be also like this. If you look at my various writings in computer programs, you'll see these terminologies. Oops, this video RPG. So, so this is all Querinworld. Now the Querinworld campaign role-playing game is a variation of the History of Querinworld. Which is a mega genre campaign setting as opposed to a meta genre. The History of Querinworld is a mega genre campaign. QWRPG is a meta genre game system, and is inspired by the mega genre campaign. So I have made several different attempts at doing the history doing the Querinworld campaign, which is for basic and expert. The advanced Dungeons and Dragons campaign is known as the Ancient Earth. They're the parallel game rules. Game mechanics for AD&D is slightly different for the Red Book rules. So What is that? So oops. Now I'm left-handed, so sometimes I do my books are back first. The way Japanese do their literary works, the back is the front, whereas in the American and Europeans, the front is the back. So that's what I did here with this. So let's see. Okay, that was an electric typewriter that I used this time. Yeah, I can see that the arrow there. Can you see that? The typing there, the text, that's a type from a typewriter. I whited it out and then we typed it. So this is a typewriter. Project. Yeah, since I went from standard, I changed the whole positions from the front, from the European style, American European style to the Japanese style. So I had to reorientate the paperwork. So that's how come there's double holes there. So I was using the IBM Selectric 3 typewriter for this project. So it's QW 2013 edition, which means I started this was 2013 when I started doing this. So, let's see here. The History of Querinworld, creating the Querinworld campaign. Yeah, the history, so this is part of the History of Querinworld Mega Junior campaign. So, again, this is all done on typewriter. So I'm making edit notes on how this works on the text, what I'm doing with the text modifications. So let's see here. I typed that out. I don't know what's I'm doing this. Is there another edit? So this is 22 November 2013. November 2013. So this took me maybe an hour to type this out. I type like 23 words a minute, between 23 and 32 words a minute. I am a slow typist. Maybe I'm up to 40 with the IBM Selectrics. So it's a slow process. It takes, well, maybe being a half a page. This would probably be 30 minutes. Takes me about an hour to do a one page. I'll type out an entire page. And this is, I'm typing from scratch. I don't have a written down format and then I'm copying it. I am writing, I'm creating from scratch on the user typewriter from scratch. So this is another project. So we're looking at a 4-hour project here. And this doesn't. Oh, wait a minute. The original. Oh, wrong one. This is the original. November 22nd, 2013. And I did the, okay, so I did the second one on the same day. The third one is 11/27, so 5 days later. I did the notes I did for this, the revisions, edit notes I made on here, I made onto this. I typed that out. Then I looked at that, and then I made this. So this is 2017 November 2013. And this is November 30th. And then December 9th. So, oh, I changed the format. And then I changed the format on that. This is a 2-page document, so yeah, this format, oops, there is the format. That's the old style format. And then this is the new style format. This was typed on 30th of November 30th. November 30th. And then this is the December 9th. edition, and then I'm making an edit note. I think so. Now you have a different format on the headers. I changed the format on November 9th, and then when I'm typing it out for the next edition. There is no typing. So I might have just restarted from scratch, because this is December 1st. And this is okay. When I typed this out on, so I'm in an error. This is the date that I typed this out. This is not the edition. So this is a 22. Okay, that's what I did a heading error. I did a typo. It should be over here 22 November 2013. Then it's supposed to be December 1 right here. And I didn't do that format. And then I think I recognize the error. Yeah, I recognize the error, so I stopped the process and redid the process to correct the new heading style. So that's okay. So, and then let's see here. Then I updated it 9th. So yeah, and then I. So I use this format to come up with this. Not this one. to come up with this format here. So I use this, so that's why it's 2019, and then over here I did this create a country was a forms game system, text system. And I kind of jacked that up. So let's go over here. Now this is the American style. I was looking at this earlier today, and I noticed that this section is Japanese style, and this section is an American style. So let's see here. Basically, this is format is, yeah, we're at 22 minutes. So this is designing a wilderness. This is the process of what I'm basically going through right now with this. So designer setting, monster game mechanics. Map of the area. Dungeon placements. Base town placements. Human controlled areas. Non-human controlled areas. Basically, this is the process I'm going through here. I'm following these pages. So I'm just going down on here. One page for this, one page for that, one page for this, one page for that, one page for this, one page for that, one page for this, one page for that. Now these are the so you got, page for the monsters, and then traveling wilderness, and then there'll be a page for wilderness encounters, and I think that'll be it. Well, basically that's the format I'm following here. So you got base town outline, important details, points of interest, special encounter tables, general layers, H2. So yeah, eighth section. Then I'm finding subsections. I1 is NPC parties. Okay, I instead of this should put, I kind of changed that. Okay, actually, so wilderness, wandering monsters, treasures, and so that's that. Then we got the design in a dungeon, which is the basic rules. So I'm following this format. So like, choose a scenario. I think decide on a setting. Special monsters used. Map the dungeon. Stock the dungeon. Final details. NPC party, this is the counter tables. Wandering monster and counter tables. Treasures. And then we got, what have we got here? Okay, so I went to the BECMI. And I looked at all that. Actually, this might be BECMI rules that I went through. Nope. Okay, but this data is BECMI, the box set, which is 1995 to 1989 publications. BECMI is a revised version of this, of the 1980s rules. And then these are 1981 printings of the 1980 rules. Okay, so this is BECMI, monster data. Here, okay, so yeah, I'm looking at the immortal rules here. Well, hit dice. So I think, oh, these are monster categorizations. Decide on a setting. Hit dice on the setting. Decide on a setting for spheres. Spheres of power. Save as. Anti-magic. Armor class. Attacks. Okay, so this is just damage. I don't know what I'm doing with these. I just spitballing ideas right now. Just to get an idea of what I'm trying to, what kind of information I'm wanting. Movement rate. Okay, so these are all decided on the settings. Number appearing. I don't know what this layout is about. Treasure type. Special monster list. So these guys, these monsters would be on in the immortal rules. Master rules. January 24, 2014. So I'm talking about the Querinworld Society. The Querinworld Society was created was created specifically for the Battletech Second Edition universe. The Querinworld Societies were Earth humans, Luna humans, and Mars humans who decided to band together and leave Earth human society. They're civilians, basically, and they want nothing to do with Earth human society because Earth human society was centered around warfare and not being environmentalists, not engaged in environmentalism activities. The destruct the so 124. Okay, January 24. Okay, so this is the okay. This is a totally different document. The Querinworld Society, as opposed to creating the QW23 campaign. So that's a totally different text document altogether. So this is a admin layout. For typing this out, I believe, yeah. Yeah, I went and did some modifications. Yeah, the Querinworld Society is not, like I said, was, the purpose of the Querinworld Society was to give rhyme and reason to what I was doing as far as battle mech designs and battle mech unit formations. And so this is definitely part of the History of Querinworld campaign, which is part of Marfon Yawning, which is an updated version of the Querinworld campaign, the 1984 Querinworld campaign, which did not, which was in itself just a campaign war by itself. The History of Querinworld Mega General campaign. Well, back in 85 and 86, after I acquired Traveler, the 1980 edition, and Star Frontiers, the second printing of, excuse me for yawning, I was thinking about how the D&D, you can have a planet with the D&D environment, population, and then you can have a traveler, space, interstellar society on another planet, or you can have a D&D continent and a traveler continent on the same planet. So I fantasized about that for a couple of years between 1985 and June of 1986 before moving to San Antonio. And after I moved to San Antonio in June '86, I was still fantasizing about that. But by 1987, after moving to San Antonio, it became more frequent. And by that time, I had acquired Battletech, and, well, Battletech and some Traveler, Traveler 2300, Mega Traveler, in 86, 87, 88 time frame. 86, 87. So I was buying additional RPG systems in 86 and 87. And so it really, that fantasy just went off, okay, whatever. I'm really thinking about this. Yeah, this would be kind of what I want to do. And then in 87, I was like, okay, let's get this done. Let's make this a reality. And so I end up buying Space 1889. Well, I bought Space 1889 because the Irontide's Ether Flyers, naval warfare mechanics. Then I bought Space 1889 RPG for the History of Querinworld Mega General campaign setting. I bought Traveler, the Mega Traveler, Traveler 2300, and Traveler Twilight. I believe I had 4 Traveler series. And before the Traveler New Era. I think there's enough. And so I was looking at spaceship designs. I was looking at star charting mechanics. That's why I was buying the Traveler series. See how the game mechanics changed on that. Player character design, role playing, mechanics of Traveler was a pain in the rear. But then I eventually got, in the 1990s, I got Alternity and other game systems, Hero System, and some additional game systems. And then in the 2000s, I got some additional game systems like Warhammer 40,000, Firefly RPG. I got Firefly RPG because, for the outer space sci-fi genre universe for the History of Querinworld. after 1989. All my RPG activities was centered around the History of Querinworld Mega Journey concept. Even my Heroes and Champions campaign for the hero system was focused on the History of Querinworld campaign world setting. So, yeah. But what's in here is basically what I'm trying to do with this project. So that's what this video is about. This folder, what I'm doing here is going to end up, this is detailing, this is an early attempt at detailing what I'm trying to do with this. So that's it for this video.